I've been sober for about 4 months now. Not big, just it's just something that I do every once in a while. I decide to just quit. Um, but these past 10 days, I thought, well, I may as well start drinking again, which is a bad excuse to drink, right? So I didn't do it, but it kept coming up in my head quite a lot. And I'm not pretending that I have demons or, that the bottle calls me every day. It's just a bad way to start your relationship with alcohol on that basis. When I do start drinking again, if I decide to, I want it to be for a good reason. What happens when you're just sick of it and you can't do it anymore? Well, that was me, I think, for the past 10 days. Everything, I've been working and really keeping myself busy, right? And I realized that a lot of the things that I'd invested in on the business side wasn't reaping all that many rewards. Zero rewards, as a matter of fact. I learned a lot. I learned new processes and learned something new, which is great. But the reason I'm doing all this stuff is to make money, right? And to support my family and all that other good stuff. And it just kind of hit me that I'd invested so much time into it and it wasn't working. Oh, God. So what did I do? I took a break. I realized that I'd kind of been working a bit too hard and just pushing myself a lot. Part of that is the unimposed deadline. Well, it is imposed, actually, that comes from Claude and having to use up the AI amount that's assigned to you every week. I've paid for this service and it's expensive, so I have to use it. You feel you have to use it or else it just goes to waste. And really, when you think about the amount of intelligence that you have available, it just feels dumb to not use this super smart alien that's that's patient and ready to help you. Anyhow, that's what was driving my need to get stuff done, because I could. And so, if I wasn't working on this channel, I've got some other channels that I'm working on, plus regular client work. And all of that means is that I have something to do. So I was kept very, very busy, right? But I realized that in the midst of keeping busy, that did two things. Kept my mind off the fact that I wasn't working. And yes, some money was coming in, but really not enough. And it was acting as kind of I was kind of fooling myself, because I felt busy, and yes, it is satisfying, but the whole point of this is to make money, right? To be able to support yourself and your family, and I wasn't doing that. So at any rate, it hit me that it just wasn't working. So I took this break, and I think I mentioned I go to the gym every try to do every other day, so averages out to about 4 times a week. And I quit that. I stopped doing weights and cardio, but what I kept was the sauna, because that was very good. And I just did nothing. Like, I still did some client work because it was on the deadline, but I didn't really want to do it. I was in a really not good place. I took a break from all this stuff, and I only started coming out of it And I am out of it, which is why I'm making this video, because I can I can see the perspective now. But the reason I'm out of it is because I got my sense of play back. And what I mean is that, yes, I'm trying to make money here, but I'm also trying to have fun. And the whole reason I'm doing this is so that I can have fun and actually enjoy what it is I'm doing. And for the most part, I am. But a lot of that is fun and discovery, which a lot of us are happy to do, right? It's that shiny object syndrome. You find something cool and you want to do it. You're like, yeah, that sounds great. Let's do that, because it's different than what I'm doing now. It's different than what I'm slogging through now. So anything new would be great, right? Shiny object syndrome. And so basically what I did was just make sure that whatever it was that I was working on, that I had to work on it. That was one part of it. But the other part of it had to be pure fun. This was exploring things like, in the past 10 days, we've had a raft of mathematical proofs that have been done by AI. And yeah, I did math in university, but in no way or shape or form at the level that these research papers are being done. But I'm still fascinated by it, right? Particularly in understanding not just the concepts of it, which are far out, but understanding, well, what would be the nearest engineering application of something like this, right? And I can spend good amount of time with AI playing around with that. And that to me is really, really fascinating, because it brings something so esoteric and theoretical and gives it a reality boundary, a parameter that makes it real. And that's just fascinating to me. So that's what I did a lot of. And other things that I was exploring. It wasn't just that. But my point is that I dedicated a lot more things to fun. And I suppose the main lesson that I want to give here is that don't forget to have fun, because I forgot to have fun, and that was not fun, because it really drugged me down. And I did not realize to what degree that could affect me until it did. So the change that I am making is dedicating at least, half a day out of the week on just fun stuff. So, usually on the weekend or wherever I can get it, just make sure I'm having fun and exploring something that isn't specifically about work or, optimizing the processes that I have running and all that. I just want to explore new stuff and see how that piques my interest, because honestly, everything that I know about business is less than 1/10 of 1% of what's actually happening in the world. And the more that you have fun and explore things that are outside of that percentage, the more you expose yourself to the world, by just by exposing yourself, you start to understand maybe there are things that you can apply to your work by, taking a break and playing football, or taking a break and learning how, what's the best way to solve a Rubik's Cube, whatever. But it's by exposing yourself to things that are different. I think you'll surprise yourself. And I've surprised myself many times by finding an application to it, to my real world. So I guess the thread here is, in the same way that I like to chase things that are theoretical to find a realistic application, it's fun and very rewarding when you go off topic and do something different, because invariably your context will find a way to apply some of those learnings to your everyday life, and you'll find that your everyday life will massively benefit as a result. So you guys, you've been in a rut, you're human. What have you done to realize that you've been in a rut, and how did you get out of it? Leave me a comment. I'll read every one.